Hi and welcome to Larry's computer class. Today we're going to talk about the control panel. Your control panel, click your start button, search, settings, control panel. If you have the other style start menu, control panels will be in the list on the right hand side of the column, depending on which start menu option you have. Today we're going to talk about adding hardware. Adding hardware is if you plug in, say, a new printer or a fax machine or a scanner, or you plug in your camera to a USB port for the first time, plug it into your computer, click Add Programs, hit Next, and it's going to say Search for Install Hardware automatically. Just click Yes, and it's going to just search your computer for new stuff that's plugged in. I don't have anything new plugged in, so it didn't find anything, but what it'll do is it'll come up with whatever you plugged in, your printer, your fax machine, whatever, and it'll load any necessary hardware that's required for that piece of equipment to run, whether it's your camera or whatever, so on and so forth. Just click Next, and that will be it. Just follow the prompts. This window came up because it didn't find anything, so it's asking me what I plugged in. I don't have anything plugged in, so I'm just going to cancel. Backup and restore. Backup is files. You can back up your files, which means it saves the files to another part of your computer, and it tells you the last time it was backed up. Yeah, it hasn't been backed up for a while, but you just click backup now if you want. You can change your settings to where it's backed up to, turn it on. Backup now if you want to do a backup now. Restore if you have a problem. Restore files. If you want to restore a file, simply click a file. Restore from last backup or older backup, whichever you're using. Click Next, and you just simply add a file here. Add file, add folder. And you search whichever file you want. You just double click on. And whichever file you're actually having a problem with is what you put in here. And then you just click Next. And it'll reload that program or that file from the backup file. Something happens if you get corrupted or something's not working right, you can simply just restore it or do a backup. The color management, there's not too much in here you can do. That's for whatever device you want, your graphic card, printers, faxers, scanners, stuff like that. Not too much in here you can do. Date and time. Here's your date and time. Change the date. Click on whatever date you want it to be. Change the months forward, backwards. Your time, same thing. Click on here, your cursor comes up. You can use your back button and simply change whatever time it is. Time zone. Simply change your time zone. Greater Mountain, Eastern, Central, whatever you're doing. And then up top, additional clocks. You can have up to 3 clocks. You can have your standard everyday clock that you use, and say you travel, you need to keep time in a different country or a different time zone. You can simply just click this, set the time zone, and they give you a name. It's set as clock 1 for default. You change this to whatever you want. If you want an additional clock, you can check this box, same thing, set your time zone, change your clock name, and you're all set. You can have up to 3 clocks showing depending on what you want. Internal time, that's just actually the internal time of the computer. You don't really need to change that. That should just be set as your basic time that you use all the time. Default manager, there's not much in there. Game controls, if you use games, here's where you set up your controller. You plug in your controller, whatever you're using, and it will enter the information here so it knows what kind of controller you're using, and it'll load the software required for that controller. What else can we change in here? Keyboards. Keyboards, you can just change both of these, repeat mode and repeat delay. That's just if you hold a key down on your mouse board, your mouse pad, your keyboard, If you hold the button down, it's just going to keep repeating that letter, that number, whatever it is, that symbol you hold down. It's going to keep repeating that until you let go of the button. And this just determines how fast it does that and how much of a delay it has till it starts doing that. There's not much you can do with that. You can set that any way you want. Your mouse. Your mouse, I'm having a little problem with my mouse button right now, so that's why that little warning came up. Buttons, double click speed, you want to set this on slow. That's for when you're double clicking on an icon, you're using that left mouse button, and you hit it twice. This determines how much time you have to hit it twice. If you have it on fast, you have to hit that button twice really fast. If you have it on slow, you have a little delay. You can actually have a second or two in between. Pointer, you just have a choice of pointers you want, what it sets, what each one does, when it's busy, what it looks like when the computer is busy. Your everyday normal selector, you can click browse, and there's a huge list of different cursors you can use for different things. You can go through and play with this. There's nothing in here you're going to hurt. Double click on the cursor and a little pop-up window will ask you OK or cancel. Just hit OK and that will change your cursor on your desktop to whichever you choose here. Pointer options, this is fast or slow. If you put it on slow, you can move your mouse and your pointer will move slower. If you set it on fast, as you move your mouse, your pointer will move faster across the screen. You can change this, play with it a couple times, see where you prefer it. This button, I recommend that beginners do not have this button checked. This should be unchecked. Simply put your cursor on it, click once. This should be unchecked for beginners because what this does is it moves this cursor to the automatic default button, which means if you say you want to delete something and you click on an icon, you right click, you hit delete. Now see where my cursor automatically went to the yes button? If you hit your button too fast, you can automatically delete something faster than you want to. So what you do is if this is unchecked, you right click on this, you go to delete, see the cursor stays where it was. It doesn't go to your default button. You have to actually move it there. So it's better for if you're a beginner so you don't accidentally click twice on something and hit that second button and delete it. So leave this button unchecked until you're more comfortable with your mouse. That's just about it. This is for the wheel. If your mouse has a wheel, some mouses have a left button, a right button, and a wheel in the middle. This is for the speed of the wheel, how fast the page scrolls up and down. Hardware, that just tells you what kind of mouse you have. Device settings, there's not much in here you can change. It's pretty much just set your wheel speed, your pointer options, pick your pointer, and your buttons, how much you want to do on that. Network and sharing, you don't really have to do that for a beginner. That's connecting two or more computers together. Personalize, we've already gone through personalize in other videos. Just another way to get to it. Phone and modem, that's if you have a phone modem for your computer. There's the phone modem that goes to a phone line, there's DSS, there's wireless, it doesn't have any wires to your computer. That's where you set up all that. That's going to be a different video. That's a little more complex than what we're talking about right now. Power options, this is mainly for laptops, but you can set it on your desktop if you want. My custom plan, power saver, as you can see it gives you a longer battery life but less performance in your computer. Balance, gives you medium battery life, and medium performance. And you can go in and change these settings if you want. You can have low battery life and high performance. That's not recommended for laptops. Your desktop, it's okay however you set it. What else? Printers, that's just if you have a printer. You plug your printer in, you click on this, it'll load all the programs needed. Programs and features. If you have a program on your computer that doesn't work right, you'll get a little pop-up window saying sending Microsoft error messages or whatever, and then Microsoft will look for a solution for that problem, and then they'll send it back to you in this file. And you click on this file, and solution to install, no solutions found, there's no problem. But it'll give you a solution here, maybe an update you need, or new drivers or something. Just click on that and follow the prompts. Programs and features, this is where you delete programs. If you don't know what the program is, don't delete it. So you want to delete something, say you downloaded something from the internet and you don't like it, it doesn't work good, simply just click on it, click on uninstall, and it will remove that program. Security, you just want to make sure your Windows firewall is turned on, firewall. They give you 4 choices: automatic updates, malware protection, and other security settings. Your firewall should be on. Automatic updates should actually be on. I have it turned off right now because I had to shut it off to load a program. Malware protection, that just protects your computer from getting infected. Hackers out there try and send you files and download programs on your computer, and they try and get into your files, and they try and get your information and send it back to another computer so they can get your information, your password, stuff like that. Other security settings, this I don't need on because I'm the only one that uses this computer. That only protects you if that's turned on. If someone else is using your computer, certain things you do, like to remove a program or to uninstall something, it asks you for a password. I don't need that because no one else uses this computer. And also, when I do my web pages, I use Apache program, and if you have Windows Vista, this has to be turned off. That's not anything you really need to be concerned with right now. Over here, you have Windows Update. What that does is it checks for updates for your computer. Just click check updates. That takes a few minutes. When you're done, all the updates are loaded, just click install now. This is through Microsoft. It's for the Windows programs for Windows XP, NT, Vista, Windows 7. So that's safe. You don't have to worry about downloading anything that's bad. Windows Firewall, just make sure your firewall is turned on. This is green, so it says it's help protecting it. Turn Windows Firewall on and off. Right now you can see as it says on, recommended, make sure this is checked. If you think someone is sending you information or a virus or something is coming into your computer, you can click this box and block all incoming connections. That blocks any internet connection coming to you, your emails, Skype, Facebook, anything that's coming into your computer from the internet, this will block it. And then you can turn it off, which is not recommended. Don't turn your computer off. Once in a while you'll download a program and it'll ask you to turn your firewall off, and simply come to this program, click off, click apply. Now it's turned off, and it'll say your computer is now protected, turn your firewall on. And then after you're done loading your program, just click on, click apply, click OK. That's it for your firewall. Just make sure it's on. Windows Defender, that's always on. Internet options, we don't have to get into that right now. Sounds, this is your sound control. Playback, that's if you record something or you're playing a DVD, you have to pick which one which speakers you want. This one that has the check mark is actually what I'm using right now. Internal speakers, that's the speakers that come with the computer. You have output devices, independent. If you want just the headphones to work, you can click on that. This is recording what you're using to record. I'm just using the standard equipment with the laptop. Sounds, pretty much the same thing. You can turn sounds on and off for different actions on your computer. Center systems, taskbar and start menu. We've talked about this on other videos. Your taskbar, you can auto hide your taskbar like mine is. When I move my cursor, it goes away. Move my cursor, it comes back. It just gives you a little more screen room to work with. Start menus, like I said, they give you two choices of start menus. I choose the classic. You can choose the regular start menu. Click apply, and then when you go to your start menu, it'll be a little bit different. It's all the same things. They're just organized a little different. Notification area. That's this area over here. You have your time, your sound, your internet, your battery life, a couple programs that are running. We don't really have to get into that too much. I have another video on that. It's under the start menu video. User accounts. I only have one because I'm the only one using this. If you want to create a password for this account, you put in your password, confirm it, click create password. What that does is it does a couple things. When you turn your computer on, you'll have to enter this password to get into your computer. And also, if you've seen the video on screensavers, when you turn your screensaver on, there's a box that says check this to enter password when turning back on, which means when your screensaver comes up, you come back to your computer, you move your mouse or hit a keyboard for the computer to work, you will have to enter a password. That password is done here. You can also change your picture. This picture right here, you can change it. Go to any picture you want. Change your account name. My name's Larry. That's about the same. Change your account type. Your account type is admin or standard user. I'm on admin. Usually there's only one person that's an admin. Anyone else that's on the computer is a user. Manage another account. If you want to open up account for, say you have kids, you want to open up a new account for them so that their stuff is separate from yours, you go to create new account, you use standard user, you put a name in for the account, and you click create account. And what that'll do is when you turn your computer on, you'll have windows for yourself. You'll have one for the administrator, and then you'll have one for each user account. This is a guest account. That's just for someone that's not using your computer all the time. They just use it once in a while. You can let them use your guest account. When you turn your computer on, it'll be user account, whatever name, user account, whatever name, user account, whatever name. If you have 3 kids that you want to set up their own account, they just simply click on the account that's in their name, and it brings them to their settings. And the desktop will be whatever they set up. And that's about it for user accounts. Welcome Center, you don't need that. Windows Defender, we talked about that, make sure that's on. Windows Firewall, we talked about that, make sure that's on. And that's just about it. Windows Updates, if you don't have Windows Updates on automatic, or if you just want to go and check and see if there is any updates for it, you can simply click here, check for updates. It will check for updates, and when it's done, it'll give you a list of any updates that are due to be updated on your system. A lot of times they're for viruses. If Microsoft comes across a new virus that's out there, they'll have a fix for it to block it from entering your computer, and that'll be in your updates. And that's about it. And we'll cover our control panels for today. Thank you for visiting. I hope this information was useful.